on my life, nothing about you. From a barn, me and you are par. Mommy, I'm a princess, mommy, I'm a dance. First lady in my life, a girl have to understand. Special dedication to the big woman. From your love, your mama, make me see your hand. So bust a blank for your mama, light up for your mama. Selector, you better pull up the one you for your mama. Proud of your mama, sing loud for your mama. Yeah, I make you know you're happy, she bring you come here. From your heart, tell me sing this one. From your love, your mama like this man. There's no one like my mama, no, no. Mama never had it easy at times. Sometimes we cry. Many days I don't know how we survive. Just know it will be fine. We held on cause of mama's teachings. And in the scripture she blessed her beliefs in. Real thing, if I never mama, I wouldn't believe. So bust a blank for your mama, light up for your mama. Selector, you better pull up the one you for your mama. Proud of your mama, sing loud for your mama. Yeah, I make you know you're happy, she bring you come here. From your heart, tell me sing this one. From your love, your mama like this man. There's no one like my mama, no, no. Hey yo, after my mama this year, after my mama this year, we gave birth, I'm last year, all of this. After my mama this year, after my mama this. Anything you want, you want get this, I promise. So anything you want, anything at all, anything you need, mama no afraid to call. And this year there's a sunfall. So bust a blank for your mama, light up for your mama. Selector, you better pull up the one you for your mama. Proud of your mama, sing loud for your mama. Yeah, I make you know you're happy, she bring you come here. From your heart, tell me sing this one. From your love, your mama like this man. Yeah, there's no one like my mama, no.
Love has found its way in our hearts today, yeah. Love has found its way in our hearts today. When your love is beautiful, there's nothing that can go wrong. When two hearts beat together, it's like an everlasting song. It's like an everlasting song. See, the moon shines bright over yonder, yeah. And it makes me feel so fine. I'm so thankful, baby, that Jah has made you mine. I'm so thankful that Jah has made you mine. 'Cause love has found its way in our hearts today, yeah. Love has found its way in our hearts today. In our hearts today. And all your tenderness, I said all your tenderness. Yeah.
I gotta gotta start over. I'm not starting over. I'm not doing this again. All of that again? So y'all gonna work with me on this? Yeah? Okay. All right. So, gentlemen, please stand again. This is your workout for the day. Sit, stand. We're gonna do some lunges later on. I got my doctor here. He does burpees, push-ups, all of that. I burp. I don't burpee. So we're here to honor the mothers. These beautiful women in our lives. These women who have given us so much, who have given us life. All right? So turn to them. Tell them you love them. Express your love. Kiss them on the cheek. Like I said, if you're not with them, don't touch them. But, you know, just wish them a happy Mother's Day, all right? Happy Mother's Day, ladies. We love you. To my mom who's not here, I'm wishing her a happy Mother's Day. I know she's getting the message because she's psychic. She knows when stuff is happening. All right? And today is a special day. You know, the flyer says the strength of a woman Mother's Day luncheon. I love it because while I don't like the whole I'm a strong woman because it sends a message like, you know, you can't break, you can't have that moment of weakness. I do like the fact that, and love the fact that our women, oh, gentlemen, you can sit. I like that you stood in support of me. Thank you. Thank you for, you know, see, this is why I love my brothers, you know what I'm saying? Y'all must be Jamaican, you know? I happen to be Jamaican. I was born in that country, grew up there. You know I have a little accent and stuff, but yeah, man, I come from. Jamaica, I come from. Don't make it fool you. So, no, but I was saying that it's very important that we understand that while the women that we love are strong, that strength doesn't mean that they don't need to be checked on. That strength doesn't mean they don't need to be catered to. They don't need to be loved a little extra. They don't need to have some special things done for them. So whatever you do, it's one day, today is Mother's Day, but honor them, love them, cherish them for the rest of their lives. I know I don't have to tell you that, but I'm just reminding you just in case you kind of bumped your head and forgot. All right, we love you. We're gonna go through the program. There's gonna be a number of fun things happening this afternoon. Please bear with us. Give us a couple minutes. We'll get started. We have some great food lined up for you. I want to thank all the people who are here. There's going to be a performance by Darnell Peters and Frank Carter. There's going to be conversations with Dr. Marlene Reynolds, Kalila Barracks, Marianne Fable, Dr. Clive Williams, who happens to be my father. I don't know where he got this doctor thing from. I think it was some Kellogg's thing that came, and I'm sorry, I'm letting out his secret. Dr. Maurice Henson, who happens to be my doctor, and he hates when I say he's my doctor, but he'll tell you the story, but he's my doctor, I'm claiming him. And and Garth Lee, who's here as a fitness coach, he's gonna talk about some stuff. So the theme is health and beauty. And I see that you all look beautiful, you look healthy, you look lovely. I'm talking about the ladies, not you guys. I'm sorry, you don't look beautiful. But you look sharp. The men are sharp. All right, so we'll get started shortly. I don't know where Dr. Williams is going with his mustard-colored jacket, but Dr. Williams, could you step over here, please, sir? Could you, I figure you want to say hello. Hello. And that's it. That's all. Mr. DJ, give us some music. We'll get started in a few minutes.
Happy birthday, man. Nice. Good to see you. All right.
All the highlights in your hair that catch your eyes. I have been blind, lady in red is dancing with me.
Mother's Day.
There's nobody here. It's just you and me. It's where I wanna be, but I hardly know. This beauty by my side, I'll never forget the way you look tonight.
I have a question. What is it? I've been thinking about Happy Mother's Day. How you doing? You got some time.
I'm back. For those of you who've just joined us, welcome. Again, my name is Christopher Williams. I'm one of your hosts this evening, or this afternoon. I'll be joined by Dr. Clive Williams, my dad, in a little bit. But I want to again welcome you, and I'm grateful. I'm so glad to see all of you here. You all look amazing, and we're going to entertain. We're going to share some information because the whole theme of this event is health and beauty. So we have a number of really great people to talk to you a little bit about that. I'm going to ask the folks in the back who are taking pictures or talking to just give me a little bit of attention. If you're taking pictures, please do so quietly for me, all right? So again, this afternoon, we have music courtesy of our DJ, Hales Costello. Thank you very much, sir. Darnell Peters and Frank Carter will be entertaining us. And right now, I'm going to be bringing up a young lady by the name of Kalila Barracks. She is a very accomplished young woman, and I'll allow her to tell you a little bit more about herself. But this lady is the daughter of Dr. Carol Barracks, who owns a beautiful, there she is, wave Dr. Barracks. All right, she owns it. What's the name? I don't want to get it wrong. The name of your optical eyeglasses for less. And so we've been going there getting glasses from her for years. And now her daughter is all grown up, college graduate, doing some remarkable things, and she's gonna be here. She's gonna join us in a minute to speak to you. All right, but again, food will be served very shortly because we want to make sure you guys get a chance to eat. Dr. Marlene Reynolds, I'm waving. How are you? All right, that's our family dentist right there. All right, so Dr. Marlene Reynolds will be speaking with us as well. So folks, are you ready? No, you don't sound ready. I live in Brooklyn, all right? So, usually when people say, it's Brooklyn in the house, it's like a turn up. So I'm here in Long Island. I know it's Garden City, it's a little sleepy, but when you say, are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah! All right, now you make me feel like I'm in Brooklyn, sort of. Maybe like lower Brooklyn, not like, what I'm saying. But anyway, no. Okay, so we'll get started. So please, put your hands together for Kalila Barracks.
Hello, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. My name is Kalila Barracks, and I have the privilege of being your first speaker this Sunday afternoon. To truly capture for you all how impactful a mother's strength can be, I want to ask you a question. What is your purpose in life? I'm asking you all this because I believe that our mothers, or for some of us, the women in our lives who help shape our understanding of the world and our sense of self, play a significant part in helping us find our purpose from an early age. I'm also asking you, what is your purpose? Because I believe that if everyone in our society had a clear sense of purpose and self, and an unwavering moral belief that we are obligated to look out for one another, we could solve most social issues. Issues stemming from discrimination, food and housing insecurity, education, healthcare inequity, and other general inequalities could be solved if more of us were driven by a purpose and an understanding that we are our sister's keepers. And I hope that by the end of this speech, I'll be able to sway you all into the belief as well. It sounds simple. However, only 25% of adults have a clear sense of purpose. And still cognitively, the average person is able to develop their understanding of purpose by around 14 years of age. Based on research compiled by the CDC, people with a sense of purpose lead happier and more content lives. They have better health outcomes and are more likely to contribute to their communities and have a sense of economic security, and the list goes on. Generally, we frame our sense of purpose around what we care about, our talents, and our visions for our society. And someone's purpose could be cultivating strong familial bonds, giving back to their community, or choosing a meaningful career. And I want to make a clear distinction between having goals, which focus on the results of our actions, and having a purpose, which is our reason for why we do what we do every day. I'm focusing on this because people with purpose inspires others to lead by leading by example. And when you think of it that way, you can start to see why people with a sense of purpose and a sense of self manage to make long-lasting social changes that have lasting effects on our society. So here's a challenge that I would like to leave you with. Please ask yourself, what is my purpose? What is at least one long-term goal I can set for myself that can put me in the right path towards that purpose? And how can I ensure that I achieve this goal? And when I achieve this goal, will I be working in the service of my immediate or more extensive community? As you do this, please imagine if far more than 25% of us live with a consistent intention and notion that we are our sister's keepers as a guiding principle for how we proceed in careers in business, healthcare, education, or public service, or in our personal lives as caregivers or receivers of care. Having that mindset would have a cascading effect on the people around us as well as future generations. And as my mother has managed to inspire me to lead a life in service of my community through her everyday acts of kindness, and to be intentional about my life choices as I watch her consistently care for her patients and treat everyone who enters her office with dignity and respect, she has instilled these principles in me. Instilling these principles in ourselves from today will inspire the next generation to lead careers and hold personal ambitions driven by a sense of intent and an ultimate desire to bring about change for the collective good. And I believe that ultimately we can encourage future generations to work to end the social inequities I mentioned earlier. Thank you all for listening to me, and it was a pleasure speaking with you. Happy Mother's Day again.
Thank you so much. Man, I know your mom is proud. You know, see, this is why we are honoring you mothers today, because, you know, here we have a perfect example of what, you know, hard work and dedication can do. So please put your hands together again for Kalila Barracks and her mom, Dr. Carol Barracks, all right? We'll be seeing, I'm sure, a lot more of her and expecting a lot more of her as she continues her work. Folks, next up, I would like to bring to you, if my device will work, because, you know, technology does its own thing when it wants to. I'd like to introduce you to a brother by the name of Garth Lee. Garth is a fitness coach, and when you see him, he looks like he's in shape. I don't know if he can lift as much as I can, but I can't lift a lot. But seriously, we're going to bring on Garth Lee to talk a little bit about fitness. Fitness is very important, and I'm going to just dive into this really quickly because, you know, when I see you're lurking, what's going on? Do you need me? Why are you lurking?
I'm not.
Okay.
Just standing back.
I get nervous when he comes close to me. I don't know what he's going to do. I'm sorry. I've lived with him a long time. You know, I got to keep my eye on him, you know, so, but fitness is important, all right? As we get older, our bodies start to do all types of different things. So this month of May, for example, is a month that's been, you know, they've really spotlighted the importance of walking, all right? As we get older, walking is something that I encourage all of us to make sure we do, all right? Keep some movement going. And not to steal your thunder, Garth, but I'm sharing this from my own personal experience as a 2-time heart attack and cancer survivor, right? I've seen the impacts of exercise from a positive standpoint and negative standpoint. In other words, when you don't do it, right? So I really encourage you all, as you're going about your day, find some time to step outside and go for a walk, all right? Sir Garth Lee, please join me.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Mother's Day, and God bless to all. I never know what to say at a place where they're serving food and they want me to discuss fitness. It's kind of tough, because you walk right in and, you know, everybody's like, this guy's gonna take away my thunder. But the bottom line is, I'm here to talk about mothers. Mothers are very important. They're the ones who are always out there. They became the essential workers when you think about who's an essential worker. Your mother's the essential worker in your life. She's always there, taking care of you, making sure all is well, through pandemics, Pampers, whatever it is, she was there. And as we grow, we look at our moms, and now we see her sitting in a chair and helping her stand up. I want her to stand on her own and stand next to you, not you help her up. That's my primary mission. I left social work because I couldn't tell if you were getting better. I couldn't tell if you were thinking different. I couldn't tell if you stopped shoplifting. But now I can tell if you're standing on your own. I can tell you're not in as much pain. I can tell you're taking less medication. I can tell you're walking around on your own. You're not using, you know, we tend to deny our need to be better by always saying how strong we are. If I ask anyone in here their age, you could tell me your age, but your brain won't say that's what it is. Your brain will never feel old. It will always want to do things, like the young lady said, it wants to inspire you to have a purpose. My job is more to get your body to join her fight. If you can stand up and do what Ms. Barracks wants, that means you're standing for the fight. My fight is your personal fight, where you're not taking as much medication. You're going for walks after small meals like this. You're understanding that sugar is what causes 80% of our problems. And you don't understand where sugar is coming from anymore, because we're all desperate trying to find another way. Going back to the essential worker, our moms go out sometimes with just a cup of coffee and a biscuit and come home and go to bed with a cup of tea. and crackers. That's not healthy nutrition. That's just working for others. My purpose is, like I said, is to get you to think about you while you are thinking about the community. Because if you cannot get you there, how can you be there? Independence starts with the ability to move away from your situation and move to better situations. So as I said, I'm just going to make a couple points and I'm going to keep it quick. I do have a challenging question like the young lady asked. And I'm taken aback because her question, it's so similar to what I have to ask you. And I ask all my clients this: what's your why? The doctor told you you needed to exercise. You went to physical therapy and now you need, extra care. But you go home and you sit and you're watching The Price is Right, eating cookies. That's you, that's the truth. You tell the truth. You tell the doctor what he needs to know, you go home and you change the channel and sit there. It's the truth. My job is to get you to understand that you could have changed the channel from another chair or used the cushion and maybe got up to go do something different. You cannot just sit there. A lot of us became caretakers and caregivers, and when they come to physical therapy, I don't know who's the caretaker and who's getting care. Because they're both standing there and they both need help. It is what it is. We're not aging gracefully. We see our young ladies and they're coming up, and with all honesty and all due respect, they're more interested in how they look than how they feel inside. You understand? Because if I have to show you my life through a filter, I can't filter this limp, but I can filter my face. And again, we're all beautiful people. We're all strong. We're all independent. You grow and you stay that way. Whether you're seeing a dentist or a doctor, you keep your faculties, you keep your strength. So going to that question, and I'm going to leave on that. The author Stephen Covey asked this question at the beginning of his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He asks, and I'm going to qualify it, whether you own your own business, you're a professional, or you work for someone else. None of that matters if you can't answer this question. What one thing you aren't doing today or doing now that if you did it on a regular and consistent basis would greatly change the quality of your professional and personal life? What one thing you aren't doing now? You know you're supposed to be doing it, but you don't. You put it off. You keep sending it down the road. So what one thing you aren't doing now for yourself that would greatly change the quality of your life? Yes, I teach fitness and health, but it's about how you think about your health and your fitness first. It's important to come to me. It's important to go to your doctor. It's important to go to your dentist. But that advice that you get, if you don't take it home and practice it, most of the people we'll see come back to therapy because they don't follow through later on. So we always see you walk out the office with the best help that we give you, and we watch you come back with the less effort of your own. We want you to do for yourself. Like the young lady said, if you're going to speak up for the community, speak up for your body, your health, and your strength, and then take it to the rest of the world. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you so much, Brother Garth. There are a couple of things. I'm not going to try to follow that because he's the fitness guy. I'm the guy who's trying to stay fit, get fit. But I will tell you this. There is a woman here today that deserves all our honor, and I'd like you all to stand because this woman, I just said I'd like you all to stand. I don't know when. Oh, because I don't know. Y'all not hearing me? Is the mic on? Please stand, please, everybody. The reason and Miss Walker, please don't stand. Miss Walker, I want you to look over there. There's a woman by the name of Miss Dolores Walker. Please wave your hand, Miss Walker. This phenomenal woman is 100 years old, and we need to celebrate her, honor her, give her her dues, because that right there, that's what I'm talking about. 100 years old. Later on, I'm going to go sit with her and just get some of her wisdom so I can, because I want to live to 100. I was saying 110, you know, that was my cutoff.
She's a Pisces.
Oh, and she's a Pisces. All right, I'm a Pisces. I'm March 6th. He's February 21st. That makes it extra special. So I'm going to live to 100 at least. All right. Please, thank you. You can sit now. I'll you know. But you know, I might play Simon Says with y'all. You know, get a little workout in because, you know, stand, sit, you know, run around. How many of y'all remember Simon Says? You remember Simon Says? Put your hands in the air if you remember Simon Says. I just want to see who didn't put their hand up is lying. Y'all remember Simon Says? Okay, but I won't hold you anymore. And I'd like to say a special thank you and acknowledge another amazing lady that's in the house, Dr. Sandra Lindsay. Dr. Lindsay, where are you? Could you please put your hand up, stand for Dr. Sandra. For those of you who don't know, this is Dr. Sandra Lindsay has been honored by the president, has been honored by us here at the Big Awards, has received countless honors and accolades, not just because she was the first woman to take the vaccine, but because she's Jamaican. No, but because she's phenomenal and she's Jamaican, and because she's phenomenal and does a lot of great work in the public health space. So we thank you, Dr. Lindsay. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being remarkable. We love and respect you. Thank you very much for being here. All right. Dr. Clive Williams, could you step to the podium, sir? I know you have some words you'd like to say, and I'd like to give you the chance. You know, when I control your fate, you know, it's great. I got him on time, you know what I'm saying? I can just, yeah, here you go.
It's good to hear you think out loud. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Tell you, it's been a tough 2 weeks, and you know, don't want to dampen your spirits, but I just want to share with you that one of my grandsons, I have two of them, Jonathan, who is just an amazing guy. Amazing guy. He's in the hospital recovering as we speak. My wife, Michelle, is there with him. She has not left his side except to take a breather. So Jonathan was in the woods for a while, and thank God he is making a recovery. So there's some strange viruses going around, and I tell you, depending on the child, on the individual, it can go either way. So thank God Jonathan is again talking, he's again walking, and his mind is working, which is wonderful. So that has been the last 2 weeks for me. But other than that, the people who have stood by me, the sponsors who have made this happen, this event happen. This is going to be the first of a series of the Strength of a Woman happening here on Mother's Day. So this venue seems to like what we do, and whenever a great date comes up, this venue talks to us and gives us the opportunity to do something. And so we grabbed the opportunity without real serious planning. But here's the deal. I don't know how many of you know, but we had one of the greatest programs for mothers in New York City for many years. Back in the 90s, for about 10 years, we did the Mother of the Year pageant, which was an amazing event because as a matter of fact, let me not just talk about it, let me prove it. The first winner of the Mother of the Year pageant was Mrs. Olive Harlow. Olive, you're here. Would you stand, please?
Yes.
That lady, she was a great lady before, but after winning that pageant and had her picture splashed over the Newsday and other news media and so forth and on the radio, Olive became, oh Lord, we can't stop her now. We can't stop her now. But she has, this is how many years ago, Olive? This was 90 what? Wow, okay. And Olive has not left us, right? So we got to be doing something right. Put it together for Olive Harlow, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that that program produced a number of leaders. There's another lady, June Prasad, who was also a winner, who is a leader in the Brooklyn community. And we could name so many others who emerged from that incredible program. But having said that, this would not be possible without some sponsors who stood by us. And they are UPS at Merrick Boulevard. I'm sure you know the UPS store on Merrick Boulevard. Just so you know, it is the most successful store, believe it or not, right down there in Laurelton. It is the most successful store in the Northeast for UPS. Can you believe that? You know, a minority black neighborhood. Amazing. You must have seen the sign up there, Home Smart Realty. Mr. Briscoe is here. He has been taking care of the community's real estate needs for many years and a supporter. Rochdale Dental, what can I say? Chris already told you that that's our family dentist. Dr. Marlene is not only a dentist, she's an educator, she's a businesswoman, she's a community leader. She has been advertising in WhereitzAt, our monthly magazine, for many years, and I hope she will continue to advertise with us. Her husband was the initiator. As a matter of fact, he kind of made sure that he put myself and his wife together to do business. And we support what she does because she is an excellent dentist and runs a really outstanding practice. And if you're looking for a dentist or you're not looking for a dentist, you've found a dentist. Okay, just make sure you talk to Dr. Marlene before she goes, because you need a real dentist. Bruce's Patties in Brooklyn. Desmond obviously couldn't make it. He might show up later, we never know. But then there's also Sandy from Kingston Grill who's here. Who knows where Kingston Grill is? If there's anyone here, tell me, show me your hands over here on this side if you know Kingston Grill. Two hands, not enough. 3 hands, not enough. On that side, 1, 2, 3, not enough. So, Sandy, could you please stand up for me? Okay, that's Sandy right over there. Sandra Bassiani is her name. And she runs a place that really is, the food is really good. And I know I'm treading in deep water now because, of course, Andrew Marsh from the very outstanding Sam's Caribbean also provides food. And I'll tell you more. The food that you're going to be having this evening is provided by Sam's Caribbean Marketplace. Put it together. Andrew. We want to thank Hush Restaurant and Lounge. Chris had asked Carol, I know he was just pulling her leg, what's the name of her place? Eyeglasses for Less has been our family go-to place for eyeglasses for years. Well, we've known Carol before she started Eyeglasses for Less. She is a specialist in eyewear. If you really want to get great eyewear, reliable eyewear, fashionable eyewear, Eyeglasses for Less is the place. Could you just show them who you are, Dr. Barracks? So these are the hidden gems that we have in our communities, right? The hidden gems, these business women, business people who are doing incredible things, serving us in the community. We need to support them more, all right? Please, make sure you get together with every one of these sponsors who stand here today and give them some more of your business. And one of the purpose of this event, yes, we want to talk about the strength of a woman, because behind every activity you can think of, there is some woman who's lurking in the background doing the real work. I work hard, but there's always somebody behind me to push me to make sure that my vision is kind of right. I want to also thank Country Kitchen Cuisine up in the Bronx. And Phyllis couldn't be here today because she has a cold. She didn't want to share it with us. So she said, look, I'm going to be sending my friends. Who are the folks who are representing Phyllis? Where are they?
In the back, right there.
Thank you so very much for showing up for Phyllis. Phyllis's restaurant is one of the Country Kitchen Cuisine is, if not the best, one of the best restaurants in the Bronx. And why I say it's a toss-up if it's not the best, because it's one of the few places you can go and sit down, have a meal. It's nice and spacey. It serves really great food, professional service all the time. So right down the street from them is the Dumpling Cove. Who knows where the Dumpling Cove is? Again, another Bronx business. Okay. There are two of them now, you know, the Dumpling Shop and the Dumpling Cove. I'm talking about the Dumpling Cove, which is the original location down there on 222nd. Great dumplings, if you like dumpling and saltfish and fish, great place to be. And of course, Irie Jam Radio, another sponsor. Are you lurking next to me? Yeah. Irie Jam, another of our sponsors. Irie Jam Radio has been around for now 30 years. They're celebrating 30 years of broadcasting. I want to put our hands together. Irie Jam. Last but not least, Winners Circle Radio. We want to thank them because Conroy is now away. He couldn't make the function because he had to travel to Jamaica. I'll be sitting in for him on his radio show, I think Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So you can listen up for that. And lastly, let me mention in the house, UJA. UJA is an organization that I respect highly because of the incredible contribution that they make to the diaspora. Without UJA, many of us would not know each other. They have brought the schools that we all in Jamaica went to a school that we're proud of. Most of us. Isn't that true? Absolutely. So now, what UJA has successfully done is brought us all together under one umbrella and has accepted us as partners in the process of helping Jamaica's education. And so whatever you do, please bear in mind that education in Jamaica needs your help right now, more than ever. And so we're asking you in support of UJA to make sure that you remember them when you're writing that check, when you're making a contribution to an organization that is doing yeoman's work, not just in the community, but in Jamaica as well. As I said that, something came to mind and it jumped out. But what I'm going to tell you is that we're going to be contributing part of our proceeds here this afternoon to UJA, and the president of UJA is here, Mr. Donovan Wilson. Will you please stand? Thank you very much for coming, Don, and we hope that a little bit later we'll be able to bring you up to receive a check on behalf of UJA. Okay, so that's my spiel for now, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You took more time than you were supposed to, okay? I need you to obey me. I'm gonna catch it later. I'm really gonna catch it later, but it's okay. I'm having fun, you know? Is this for me, sir? Okay, all right. I want to say hello to Miss Sharon Small from Mary Kay, independent beauty consultant. Sharon, where are you? Sharon Small. Oh, she's in the back. Okay, all right, no problem. All right, so now I'm going to bring up one more speaker, and then the DJ will be playing some music. You guys will be eating because you know you here. You want to get some food. I know you. I'm hungry. I know you're hungry. Are you hungry? Yeah. Oh man. Now see. I see when food is involved, y'all a little louder. All right, no, stop. So, without further ado, I'm going to make this quick. Miss Marianne Fable. She's a registered nurse, and she's going to talk to you a little bit. So put your hands together for Miss Marianne Fable.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to Dr. Clive Williams for inviting me to come here today. And I know everyone is hungry, so I will not keep you long. As Chris said, I am a registered nurse. I am also a college professor, but my most important role in life, of course, is that of a mother. And I have 3 children who are doing very well, thanks to the good Lord. So happy Mother's Day to everyone here. And what I want to talk about is a little bit about the psychological effects of singing, and we're going to hear some singers today. And of course, psych is not really my area of expertise. That belongs to Dr. Williams. But I did do a little bit of research, and I found this interesting tidbit. It says, research has shown that singing can be good for you on many levels. It may lower stress, and yes, being a mother can be very stressful, so this is good for all of us. It boosts immunity and lung function, enhances memory, and for those of us that are getting up in years, the memory may not be as sharp. This can help. And it improves mental health and helps you cope with physical and emotional pain. And who has not gone through some of that? So one of the best things about singing, though, is that you don't have to be good at it to reap the rewards. So I am going to prove that to you and sing something for you, and I have to tell you and warn you, I am not very good. But to help me along, to kind of soften the blow on your ears, I'm going to bring up a good friend of mine that I've known for a while now and who has been through some stress of his own, and that's Mr. Frank Carter. Mr. Frank Carter is a diabetic, or I should say was a diabetic. He lost both of his legs due to diabetes, effects of diabetes. And he is so remarkable in his approach in that never for a single day have I seen him be down or depressed about it or anything. And when I had tried to figure out how is that possible, it's because he's a singer. So he sings a lot, and that helps him deal with the stress of now being in a wheelchair, having no legs, having prostheses that are very difficult to manipulate and so on. But he is an excellent singer. So he's gonna help me along a little bit. So Mr. Carter, and he will sing more with you alone, not with me, later on. So this is just gonna be our little
on that flash drive I gave you, it's on
and
Martin Vendetta.
of course, feel free to sing along if you like, because my favorite expression is sing as if nobody's listening and dance as if nobody's watching. So that's what we're going to do right here, right now.
Dancing the street.
Whenever you're ready there, maestro. I'm sure most of you will recognize this tune.
Testing. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to warn you. Do not sing louder than I do.
Clap your hands if you know this song, y'all. You can sing along too.
Calling out around the world. Are you ready for a brand new beat?
Come on now, help her out.
Summer's here and the time is right. We're dancing in the street. Dancing your street, dancing New Orleans, dancing New York City. All we need is music. dancing across the living from Chicago coast to me. There'll be loving, singing, and music swinging. Dancing in the street. Philadelphia, Baltimore, and DC now. Campington, Garden City. All we need is music, sweet music. There'll be music there everywhere. There'll be swinging, swaying, and record playing, dancing in the street. It doesn't matter what you wear, just as long as you're there. So come on, every guy, brown and girl, everywhere around the world, they're dancing. They're dancing in the street. Way down in LA, every day they're dancing in the street. Let's get our feet on line, get in time, they're dancing in the street. Across the ocean.
Thank you. And remember, y'all, you don't have to be good at it. You just got to enjoy yourself. Is this not the most perfect proof of it, y'all? Because you can't tell me this woman wasn't having a great time up here. Can we give her a round of applause, please? Not everybody can do it. Not everybody can do this.
Yes, you can. Yes,
Thank you.
can. And none of you could sound any worse than I do.
Thank God you got a nursing degree. And they allow you to teach college. As a matter of fact, if you were asked to sing when you went to get your visa to come to America, you would not have left Croatia. But we love you. We love you. You brought a very special piece to this.
But you know, it speaks to the importance of laughter. It speaks to the importance of fun.
Yeah.
You know, and thank you so much, Marianne, for doing that, because not everybody can do what she just did. And I really want you to give her a round of applause again. You know, I emphasize that because coming up here to speak to you guys, and most of you I think are Caribbean, right? Am I right? And y'all, you know, we know y'all are a tough crowd, okay? So, you know, for her to be able to do that and do it with such fun, you know, deliver her speech, say what she said, but still have so much fun, it's amazing. And we need to do that. I know. Go ahead.
I just want to say, the worst part of this for me is going to be that my kids want to see the video.
Oh, yeah, you're in trouble. But you know, I reemphasize why fun is important, because it breaks up everything else. All right, we go through a stressful enough life, dealing with all the things we have to deal with in this country. All right, as people of color. So finding time for laughter, extremely important. Who cares if you can't hit a note? Sing, you know, have fun, you know what I'm saying? So just keep letting your hair down. Be like me, you don't have no hair, do whatever, just have a good time. All right, we're serving the food, is that correct? Oh yeah, all right, so is there an order? From the back. Okay, so the back is there? Or is this the back? You know, I like to switch things up. I like to make the front the back. But anyway, the back is there. Okay, that's the front. This is the back. If you're facing me, am I in the front or am I in the back? I just want to see how your brains work, all right? So you're facing me, and I'm in the front, right? That's the back. You came in through the front, and this is the back. Okay, so Annette, they fighting, okay? I don't want no problems. You know, they got knives and forks. You know, I know how Jamaicans get down. So I'm just gonna step over here. Y'all figure it out. Send everybody, all the nurses stand, okay? All right, for people like me who've been in hospitals multiple times, all right? We love you, it's Nurses Week. It ends today, right? All right, so thank you, we love you. Thank you so much, all right? We gotta play a special song for the nurses. Is that night, nurse? Yeah, man. Yeah.
it's a case of emergency.
Just keep with me in the trial times. She says she don't mind. Alright, I know good man is hard to find. But she tell me about that time of night. That's why she has no time at this time. Yeah, I love Mary, gonna try, but she needs to be more than wine and dine. Cause she's royal, yeah, so royal. Yes, we're known for doing that, right? So divine, the way she moves, you are holy. She has the qualities of a queen, so serene. She's a queen, so serene.
Give you it all.
to Abba. You can see I was a very disobedient child. I don't listen. I don't listen. Blame my father. He actually dropped me on my head as a child. So, you know, child abuse much? I mean, I don't know. ACS? You know, we didn't have ACS in Jamaica, so.
That's when he started getting bald?
Yeah, that's when I started. That's exactly when. My hair stopped growing after that. But stunted my growth too. That's why I'm vertically challenged. I should have been 6 feet tall. But anyway, no, seriously. Thank you all. I hope you're enjoying the food. I know I enjoyed mine. I had to finish quickly so I could resume my duties. So folks, as I'm going to do next is bring up Dr. Marlene Reynolds. Now, before I do, as I mentioned, Dr. Marlene is, you know, yes, she's the family dentist, but she's more than that. Rochdale Dental Care has been in the community for quite some time. They've done remarkable work in the community. They are for the community. They've been very supportive of other businesses and supportive of us in what we do here at WhereitzAt and the events that we put together. And I say we, the events that mainly my dad, Clive Williams, has masterminded, has created for the community. And it's very important that we continue. My dad said this earlier, but I want to reiterate it because it's critical. As we're here celebrating mothers, celebrating these remarkable women, it's important that we continue to support each other. I know that we do it a lot. We've grew up that way. We do this a lot, so it's not a departure from who we are as people. But I want to reemphasize the importance that we continue that support. We make sure that our young people, as they're growing up, they understand the value of that support. So without further ado, Dr. Marlene Reynolds.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you enjoyed your meal. Yes. And happy Mother's Day to all the ladies. I know some of you might not have had children of your own, but you have mothered a lot. So we want to say thank you to all of you. And in keeping with the theme of the afternoon, health and beauty, I'm here because I want to talk to you a little bit about proper oral health. I'm going to talk to you about how to care for your teeth. It might be basic, but you know, surprisingly, a lot of people are not aware of how to care for their teeth, and because of that, they're losing their teeth prematurely. So I want to make sure that you know that you should brush after meals. And that is kind of not practical because you're at work, you eat 3 times a day, and you might not be able to brush your teeth after every meal. But at least in the morning and at night. At night it's very important because you want to make sure that you don't go to bed with whatever you have eaten during the day in your teeth. So also you want to make sure that you're brushing and flossing, and I would recommend that you invest in a water flosser so that you can clean in between your teeth, in addition to probably also investing in an electric toothbrush. That would help a lot. You want to try to use a fluoride toothpaste, and you try to see your dentist twice a year, once every 6 months. So I don't think that's too much for us to follow, because you know this is your health. You're talking about your teeth that are helping you to chew. It's also helping in your digestion. It's helping also in your appearance. You want to have a nice smile. So if you're not taking care of your teeth, you know, you're not going to be able to keep them. All right? So just make sure that you're doing this for you. This is your teeth. We have these teeth, and they're supposed to last us for a lifetime. But how many of us do have all our teeth for a lifetime? Not many of us, right? So you can do something about that from today. You can start brushing twice a day, and all the things that I just pointed out, you can try to do. All right, so, you know, as life goes on, we get certain, life happens. We get diabetes, we get high blood pressure, and lots of the medications that you take, sometimes, if for high blood pressure, they cause dry mouth. So if you have the dry mouth, you're gonna have cavities, quite likely, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. If you have diabetes, you know, you're told all the time that you have to take care of your fingernails, your toenails, and all of that. You also have to make sure that you're taking care of your teeth. All right? So if you're diabetic, it's a little bit more for you to do. A little bit, you have to spend a little bit more time on yourself. All right? Now, if you have no teeth at all, if you are wearing dentures, and you're gonna tell me, well, none of that applies to me. That's not so. If you're wearing dentures, then yes, you still need to see the dentist twice a year, every 6 months, because you know there are other things that going on that you could discover. You get an examination for oral cancer and anything else that might be going on in your mouth. So just be aware of that. And for the babies, as long as they start having teeth, you need to take them to the dentist. All right? So I'm not going to be too long. I'm hoping that you're all enjoying yourself. Thank you, Mr. DJ, for the lovely music. And happy Mother's Day for the rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Marlene. Listen, brush, brush, brush. I mean, floss. So I'm gonna tell you a little story about teeth. You know, I got a story for everything. My girlfriend actually told me that it was my smile that led to her giving me her phone number. I don't know why y'all laughing. I said giving me and y'all started laughing. Get your minds out the gutter. Her phone number. All right, so, you know, it matters that I brush my teeth, that I try to keep my pearly whites white, and I go to the dentist, you know, very often, so it's important. You know, I want to see you guys taking care of yourself. I'm going to bring up another doctor, Dr. Maurice Hinson, and Dr. Maurice Hinson is a personal friend of mine and someone who I can call on for medical advice, for guidance. He is my primary care physician, even though we'll talk about that later. But anyway, but seriously, he is the founder and CEO of MetaRoots Medical Group. And as a doctor, he also takes on a holistic approach to medicine. So it's very important when you're thinking about doctors, the people who you're entrusting your care to, that you find someone who's not just focused on medicine. Because medicine is important. Yes, it can save your life and it can do wonderful things, but you need a balance. And having that holistic component in there is critical. So Dr. Maurice Hinson will talk to you a little bit more, but please put your hands together for this young brother who's amazing, a medical doctor, Dr. Maurice Hinson. I mean, put your hands together. I mean, like, you know, not because he's a buddy, you know, friend, you know what I'm saying? But because he's good. He's really good.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right. It is my esteemed honor to be here. And I actually left my phone up there, which had what I wanted to say, so this could be as natural and organic as possible. Well, first and foremost, I want to thank Chris and Dr. Williams for putting on such an amazing event. You know, just for clarification, so Chris loves to call me his primary care doc, but Chris is yet to come to see me. So it isn't until I send him that bill and he pays that bill that I become his doctor. But Chris has been like a brother to me. Chris is my brother, so he's gonna have a hard time getting rid of me. You know, when I was invited to come here, I didn't know how I would hold up today, seeing how this is the first Mother's Day that I'm spending without my mother. She transitioned, excuse me, this past February from a rare salivary gland tumor. And as difficult as I knew this day would be, I see no better way to honor her than to speak to her sister mom. So happy Mother's Day. And I will need your love, an extension of your love as I get through this day, all right? So I do feel that this theme of health and beauty is a perfect theme for this day in particular. I think we have to reframe and recondition how we view our health in general and how we view beauty, especially amongst our black women, all right? Because what I see, what I hear, what I've read, what I've studied is how historically, and even currently, black women tend to be the most ridiculed, the most insulted, the most humiliated, the most disrespected for their beauty, for your physical attributes. But then I turn around and I see all these women walking around with these disproportionate BBLs, and I'm like, hold up. Here you are calling us ugly, but then taking notes like, oh, I like that right there, you know? And it makes me think, we have these women who would go to extreme measures to have what you have, to the point where they are dying to have what you have naturally. So here we have all these women who want to be you, want to look like you. So then why don't you want to look like you? Black women are the top consumers for skin and hair products. And these products don't come without consequence. In fact, in many cases, the way that you value beauty and the products that you choose to support that value system actually diminish your ability to have children and decrease your life expectancy. Now, I know I'm talking to a room full of mothers, but you all are the centerpiece, the queens, the gatekeepers of our culture. And I'm sure you have daughters and granddaughters and nieces and cousins who you can speak to talk about the choices that they make overall, but especially with regard to their beauty and products that we choose to consume and apply to our bodies. Case in point, in October of 2022, just last year, not even a year ago, a study came out in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute. This was an 11-year study. They found that women who use chemical hair relaxers, perms, at least 4 times a year are more than 2.5 times likely to develop uterine cancer and have a significantly higher risk of developing fibroids, all to change the texture of your hair. There are other products like lipsticks and eyeliners, which contain heavy metals. Heavy metals cause inflammation to your body. It's the inflammation that causes disease. We're learning more and more that chronic inflammation is the root of all chronic disease. But here we are applying, consciously, voluntarily applying these products, these toxins to our body. A third product that we probably don't give credit to but has immense implication on the development of disease and cancer. It's what you choose to use as a deodorant. We're supposed to sweat. I know no one wants to walk around with pit stains, but we are supposed to sweat. It is a natural detoxifying process. So when you apply antiperspirants and you keep those toxins within your body, where do you think they go? Now, the biggest culprit are the ones that contain aluminum, which are most of the antiperspirants, the sprays. Aluminum is not only directly cytotoxic, which means it kills your cells, but it causes double-strand DNA breaks, which you may not know, directly leads to the development of cancer. And also the fact that it's a metal means that it's magnetic. So it stops the flow of toxins, which tend to carry a charge. So if you're not sweating these things out, and you're not moving them through your lymphatic system, they remain in your breast tissue. Black women have the highest mortality rate of breast cancer, so I'm not saying this for no reason, okay? And just to further confirm that point, most breast cancers occur in the outer upper quadrant, near your armpit, okay? Now, the current studies will say that there's no association between aluminum-containing deodorants and breast cancer, but it's nonsense. That we know enough to know that you shouldn't be using these products, all right? So I say that all to say, be careful what you choose to apply to your body. Be careful what you choose to consume. Not everything that's out there is good to use. In fact, I would argue that a lot of it is intentionally designed to make us sick because they don't want us around. Okay? But the biggest problem is the fact that we are voluntarily going out and spending our hard-earned dollars on products that are purposely designed to kill us. And so I implore, I highly suggest, I recommend that you find natural products as often as you can, okay? The greatest source of natural therapy is our sun, is water, fruits, vegetables. The food is also a poison, purposely designed to kill us. Okay? So we have to change how we view the state of our health. We have to change how we view beauty. We have to choose wisely when it comes to beauty products. And we have to start taking accountability for these choices that we make. It's no one else's fault when we're the ones who go out and buy it ourselves. All right? Now, I hope I didn't put a damper on the day. I just had to get this off my chest because these are choices that we are consciously making. No one is putting a gun to our head and forcing us to buy these things, but we're choosing beauty over health. And black women have always been the most powerful, most beautiful people on this planet, okay? And it pains me to see us die prematurely because of poor decisions, all right? So, but once again, I wish you all a wonderful day, a happy Mother's Day. Again, Dr. Henson, the name of my practice is Metal Roots Medical Group. Consultations are free. Once I follow you, then I bill you, all right? But I do have to make some kind of living. But it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you, and I'm here for the remainder of the event. All right? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Henson. And yes, you are my primary care physician. I don't care what you say. Yeah, you're gonna send me the bill tomorrow. You know, I just got a card from a lady by the name of Karen Williams, Chef K. She makes natural juices, so she just wanted to piggyback off what Dr. Henson talked about in terms of the importance of going natural. So she makes some amazing natural juices, sorrel, turmeric, and ginger punches. No sugar, right? All natural. Karen, where are you? No sugar, all natural, right? Yes?
Some of them no sugar and some of them very lightly sweetened with cane sugar.
Okay, okay. Okay.
You can get it at Sam's Marketplace over there.
All right.
Dumpling shop.
Okay. Okay.
And the other restaurants that don't have it, you can see me or see me on restaurants also.
Thank you so much. All right. Okay.
Sorry. You can see the Sam's Marketplace.
You have to turn on the mic. Turn on. Yeah.
You can see the Chef K products at Sam's Marketplace, the Dumpling Cove. We make natural juices, ginger with turmeric, sorrel drink, ginger with cucumbers, ginger with pineapple, all naturals, lightly sweetened with brown cane sugar and white cane sugar. Sugar was white before it was brown. I work at a sugar factory in Jamaica. Anyways, it is, as I said, it's lightly sweetened and there's some of them without sugar. And as Dr.
Henson.
says, as the doctor says, we have to eat to actually, we mustn't take our pills, we must drink and eat our pills, our food. That's what I have to say. I make one of the best juices for over 10 years. Okay.
All right, thank you so much, Karen. I appreciate it. I want to make mention of something very important before we go on to some entertainment, and that is we want to bring awareness to a gentleman by the name of Mr. Ernest Bess. Mr. Bess, Dad, you next to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ernest, could you stand up and join us down here, Ernest?
So I just want to invite your attention a little bit because this is a very important announcement, because we're here talking about the importance of health and beauty, but health is the primary topic of conversation. And Mr. Bess is in need of a kidney. It's very important that we, as a community, when we have these needs, that we are aware of the people in the community that have these needs and we support each other, all right? Because that is how we ensure that we get the help, all right? So we have to rely on each other as we've always done because we are community, correct? Right?
So this strong brother over here, his wife is back at the table, is in need of a kidney. And how he found me, how he found us, was that we had just done a drive for a young lady in our community. And I don't know whether or not our influence through WhereitzAt, because we ran her story quite a bit in the community, and she got a kidney faster than she had expected to. And Mr. Bess and his family saw WhereitzAt magazine and saw her story, and so they reached out to us and said, look, Mr. Bess said, I'm gonna put my pride aside. I'm gonna go out there and say, I need a kidney and I need help from my community. And so, as we've always done at WhereitzAt, the community comes first. Your needs are the most important thing. To us, your image is the most important thing. This is why, despite the costs, we try to keep WhereitzAt in full color, because we want to highlight our people, their predilections, because we all like beauty. You're all beautifully dressed, and that's how we are, and that's what we do with WhereitzAt. The presentation, so that people like Mr. Best and his wife picked it up in a supermarket and said, you know what, let me reach out to these people because I see that they're interested in our outcomes. And here we are. They, wife and husband, they came to this event, and I'm glad you came. Dr. Hinson is here. Our other friends, our caregivers, nurses are here. They now know and have recorded that you need a kidney. See how many nurses are here? Now, you have just created a network, and everyone in here is going to be looking out for you. So not only are we going to be looking out for you, we're going to be praying you up. So brother, stand confident that we're in your corner and we're going to support you through this. Thank you. Mrs. Bess, thank you very much for making the call.
Over here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That it's very important that we pay very close attention to these moments, because unfortunately one of the biggest challenges, especially among black men, is the ability to ask for help when we're in need. All right. We've often been told that we need to be strong and we need to push through. And by no means, I don't want to take away from Mother's Day and this celebration, but this moment I want us to mark and to note. And please, I implore you, please find a way. If you know something, if you have information, see Mr. Best and help him. All right. Again, having gone through what I went through, I know what it is to be in need of help and get help. So please be sure. I'm asking all the people here that have the ability, have knowledge, information that you can share, to do what you can to help Mr. Best so that he can get a kidney. We have to take care of our own, all right? Very important. On another note, on a lighter note, I want to say a very special happy birthday to Miss Vinette Carr Anderson on behalf of Hyacinth and all our friends. Please put your hands together and celebrate Vinette Carr Anderson. Happy birthday to you, Vinette. Vinette, where are you? Stand up, please, Vinette. Come on, you got to stand up. I hate to put you on the spot, but it's your day. We got to celebrate you. We have to celebrate you. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and celebrate. Let's all sing happy birthday. Come on the count of 3.
We have a DJ.
We have a no. We don't have a DJ. We got Frank. Frank, I'm gonna put you on the spot. We got Frank.
Wait, you got to introduce Frank.
No, I'm going to introduce Frank.
No, you got to introduce
Ladies
Frank.
and gentlemen, Mr. Frank Carter, who joined Marianne Fable earlier, is, aside from his story that was shared earlier, being a former diabetic, Mr. Carter is a singer, and not just an average singer. They're having a little wheelchair, something wrapped around the wheelchair, so we'll wait. But this brother, I mean, when he sings, you feel it, all right? So I feel like no one else is better suited to sing happy birthday, you know, than you just rolling on the reel. I'm not a singer, that's you. Mr. Frank Carter. Put your hands together, folks.
Yeah, sure. I'll sing happy birthday. Why not? Happy birthday to you. Happy Mother's Day to everybody, by the way. If it applies to you, you know who I'm talking to. So, I'm sorry, can you give me the young lady's name again?
Oh, Vinette.
Vinette. This is for you, Vinette. Okay. Please enjoy. And of course, anyone, if you know this song, you can help me out. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Vinette. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Frank, you want to stick around and sing a couple songs? I mean, I heard you got some stuff. I mean,
I know you got a program you're following.
This, you know, I'm just thinking I might as well change the program. I like to do things on the fly, Frank. You haven't met me yet, so now you know. Sometimes I just wing it. I didn't write anything today. I winged it.
Oh, okay.
That's courtesy of this man. He taught me how to wing it. So, you know, I mean, I practiced a little something, but.
That's not a bad mentor to have in your situation. Yes. So I understand. Yes. It helps as your father. That's cool. I like Clive. I think it's odd that he lets me call him Clive. I keep wanting to call him Mr. Williams so badly. But that's my down south. I'm from Norfolk, Virginia.
I can't call him Clive.
But sure, I'll sing a song right now. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's
okay. Cool. Is that okay, y'all?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You sure?
Oh, yeah.
Make me believe it. Yeah. Are you sure? Okay, all right.
Which one?
Yeah, I got, yeah, I'm good.
Which one?
They got me.
Which one? Tell me which one.
I was gonna do, Always
Always a fail.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Heat Wave.
This is only my second Mother's Day without my mother. My mother passed away a couple of years ago. The last few years have been very interesting for me, to say the least. And it has definitely made me appreciate, I've been fortunate. I've had people I've considered my second, third, and fourth mothers that people have shown me love. And one thing the passing of my mother has taught me is to appreciate, savor, and enjoy them while they're here. They're valuable. They're very valuable. And it's funny, I might sing another song, but this one song I brought, I think it might apply. It's about, when, somebody's special. And you know it is, it's probably one of my top 5 favorite songs ever, originally by Heat Wave. It's called Always Forever. And I hope you enjoy this. Always and forever, each moment with you, just like a dream to me that somehow came true. And I know tomorrow will still be the same, 'cause we've got a life of love that won't ever change. And every day, love in your own special way, melt all my heart away with a smile. Take time to tell me you really care, and we'll share tomorrow together. I'll always love you forever. Always forever. There'll always be sunshine when I look at you. Something I can't explain, just the thing that you do. And if you get lonely and take a second to give to me that magic you make. And every day, love me your own special way, melt all my heart away with a smile. Take time to tell you really care, and we'll share tomorrow together. I'll love you forever. Loving you is a thing that I planned for a very long time. Loving you, loving you. Always forever. Hands forever. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you. Okay. I'll give you one more.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you take one more? Do you want one more? Are you ready for one more? I say, Frank, give me one more.
Okay. I don't know. I've been hanging out today, checking out the vibe, and I want to sing that song. Remember when you invited me and Miss Fable to dinner that evening?
Yeah. And we went out to dinner.
Went to your friend's spot.
Right.
And I don't know, I think that song is appropriate right now.
Oh, yeah.
I got a few other songs, but I think that fits right now. Is that okay?
It does, Frank.
Okay. Excuse me, Mr. DJ. Could you do Never Too Much, my brother? I'm sure everyone here loves Luther Vandross. I worship at the Church of Luther. He's the reason why I sing music. He's the guy that made me feel like I want to do this. I'm ready when you are, sir. Hey! Clap your hands to this. Come on. For the mothers, if you like this song, you can sing along. Come on. Make you want to snap your fingers, clap your hands, tap your feet a little bit. Check it out. I can't fool myself, I don't want nobody else to ever love me. You are my shining star, my guiding light, my love fantasy. There's not a minute, hour, day or night that I don't love you. You're at the top of my list, cause I'm always thinking of you. I still remember in the days when I was scared to touch you, how I spent my days dreaming when and how to say I love you. You must have known that I had feelings deep enough to swim in. That's when you opened up your heart and you told me to come in. Never too much, never too much, never too much. Clap your hands to this. Come on. You know you're feeling it. Come on. Clap your hands to this. Come on. You can dance. Come on. You can stand up if you want to. You ain't in church. You ain't gonna offend nobody. It's alright. It's alright. Check it out. Woke up today, looked at your picture just to get me started. I called you up, but you weren't there, and I was broken hearted. Woke the door, and be too late. The boss is so demanding. Open the door up, and to my surprise, there you were standing. Who knew to go to work and hustle for another dollar? I'd rather be with you, cause you make my heart scream and holler. Love is a gamble, and I'm so glad that I am winning. We've come a long way, and yet this is only the beginning. Oh, my love, 1,000 kisses from you is never too much, and I just don't want to stop. Oh, my love, yeah. 1,000,000 kisses in your arms is never too much. Yeah, oh, 1,000,000 is never too much. Never, 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 never. And I just don't wanna stop. Thank you very much. Happy Mother's Day to every single solitary one of you. Hope you enjoyed it. Made me work for my dinner. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good one, y'all.
Frank, thank you, man. Thank you. I mean,
Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me.
can you teach me how to sing, Frank? Because, I mean, like, I want to be like that, man.
Well, it's a funny thing, as Miss Faber showed us earlier, the major thing that needs to be a good singer is intent. It's intent. It's like anything we're talking about today. It's about intent. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to do something positive? Are you being selfish? Are you doing something to help somebody? Like, I know when I sing, and I see like that gentleman right there in that fly suit in front of me, tapping his feet and clapping his hands, I know I'm doing something right. When I see those two young ladies over there walking back to the table, and they got up because they felt like they need to dance.
A 100-year-old lady.
I hear you. If I can make a 100-year-old lady dance, I must be doing something right. And on that note, I turn it back over to you, Williams.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Frank Carter. Frank Carter. I just like the way it sounds, Frank Carter. And starring Frank Carter, coming to a theater near you. I'm just saying, brother. I see movies. You know what I'm saying? I mean, can I be your agent? Oh, you got one? Oh, Marianne is like, yo, dude, come on, man.
The Croatian strikes again.
I'm telling you, man. Y'all got it on lock. Okay, Marianne, I don't want no beef. I don't want no problems, no situations.
Don't be fooled.
No, don't be. Oh, okay. All right, I got you. Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm some talent scout.
you're a great talent scout. Yes, you're fantastic. You know, we want to entertain you because this is all about you. So we're gonna bring up another brother to continue with that entertainment as I search for my notes. I also, okay.
Let me just interject. Let's just bridge this for a quick minute. First of all, Council Member Natasha Williams is in the House, right? Now, Council Member Natasha, if you know what the City Council is all about, right? You understand. It is the strongest political body. Whether you want to believe it or not, they have more impact than your congressman might go to Congress and all that, but he's in Congress more months out of the year than he's in his district. The people who really affect the body politic in the city of New York is the City Council. I hope you know that. And I hope you know your council members in your various districts. These people are serious and these people are powerful and these people are legislators. The mayor has to talk to these people before he does anything. They can veto him. So city council members are very important in our districts, in our communities. So Natasha Williams, she's here with her mom. Council member Natasha, could you just come up and just say hi?
Put your hands together, come on.
And while the city council member, before she leaves, she has a tour of duty she has to accomplish, as you can imagine, on Mother's Day. Before you leave, I'm going to introduce you to a lady by the name of June O'Connor. Now, she doesn't live in your district, but you have friends in the other districts, right? Because you all sit in the city council, you know one another, right? So here's the deal. You're going to talk to them in the Bronx because that is where that lady June O'Connor is at. It's the Garvey School, and the Garvey School is not a pia school. You know what pia mean? It's a serious school, licensed, certified by the City of New York. And we're having some problems up there. All right? So, please, Natasha, I know you're a mover and shaker. Natasha, I could call her a protege because when I was chairman of the community board and board 13, this young lady I took under my wings and I put her on a committee that made them want to fire me. They hated my guts after that because she is young, she is bright. I said, you can do this. And here we are. She is now our council member in the 27th District, Southeast Queens, and a powerful voice. Natasha, say hello to the folks.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. It is still afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here. I am here with my mom. Of course, she went to the bathroom as soon as they introduced me. I had this whole nice speech to talk about my mom, but she's not even here to hear it. So I'll talk and maybe she'll come back before I sit down. But happy Mother's Day to all of the women here, to the moms, to the mother figures, to the aunties like me, to the men. Hello, hello.
Go ahead. It's on.
Hello.
Try this one again. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Technical difficulties are okay. So I think I was saying to the moms, to the mother figures, to the aunties like me, to the men who also sometimes step in and be mothers as well, I want to wish you a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day outside. As I was listening to your doctor, as you say, I was like, okay, I did those two things. I stopped getting perms years ago, and I stopped wearing aluminum deodorant a couple of more years ago before that. And so I felt like, okay, I'm in good health. But one of the things I was thinking about when he was speaking is mental health, self-care, and other chronic illnesses that Black women, unfortunately, have higher proportions of folks affected by those diseases. I am in a PhD program, and I don't speak about the PhD program a lot because who cares? But why I want to mention it today is because one of my colleagues is doing a lot of research on the strong Black woman stigma, right? Everybody thinks Black women are so strong, we do all these great and amazing things, Black doesn't crack. And one of the things that they're learning in the studies is actually Black does crack. You might not be able to see it on the external, but everything is happening internally. And we need to reject the notion that Black women always have to be strong. Because if you're always in that mode of fighting, you're probably creating a lot of tension and stress internally. And so that's something I'm actually working on, being a council member for this last year and a half. Finding self-care mechanisms is quite difficult, but I'm reminded of these studies and these ideas where Black women across history, before I was here, have had to adapt this sort of strong Black woman schema. And so I hope you all enjoy self-care, take time for yourself, don't be too strong. Try to be soft. That's the new thing I see people on Instagram saying, the soft life, you're in the soft life era. And it's beautiful to see how Black women are sort of reclaiming their womanhood for the better. And so my mom is back. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I would not be here without you. I love you so very much. And I am who I am because of you. And before I leave, I also want to send a special Happy Mother's Day to Anne Marie, who works in my office, who made sure that I was here today. She's back there with her daughter. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you, Natasha. And don't leave before I got to introduce you to June.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. You have something else you need to say? Okay. You want to do that now? I'll give you 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, okay. All right, so, did you all enjoy Mr. Frank Carter? I mean, those are the two claps don't tell me nothing. Did y'all enjoy Mr. Frank Carter? All right, that tells me something. Remember, I'm from Brooklyn. So I need that Brooklyn vibe. I'm not really from Brooklyn. I live in Brooklyn. I claim Brooklyn. I'm from Jamaica, West Indies, born and raised. On the playground is where I spend most of my days. Y'all know that one? Okay, all right. Y'all are still with me. Mr. Darnell Peters is another singer who is here to Mr. Peters. Where are you, sir? He's right here. All right, so he's another brother who's here to entertain us. Now, he thinks Frank is a tough act to follow, but I've heard Darnell sing. He can sing, you know, so he's being a little, you know, he's gonna come out and do his thing. So without further ado, I'm gonna introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, Darnell, you ready? You ready? I'm going to introduce to you Mr. Darnell Peters. Now, I know there's some good things in the back that you want to get to. You can do that while you listen to the brothers sing, all right? Mr. Darnell Peters.
How y'all doing, everybody, all right? Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. I know y'all know this one. Y'all can help me out if y'all can help me out, all right? All right, all right. right, all right. I'm so in love with you. Whatever you want to do is alright with me. 'Cause you make me feel so brand new. And I want to spend my life with you. Come on, y'all. Let me say it, baby. Since we've been together, ooh, loving you forever is what I need. Let me be the one you come running. And I'll never be oh, baby, let's say loving you whether times are good or bad, be on sad. I sound good here, y'all. Yeah. Whether times are good or bad, people say somebody. Why people break up, ooh, and turn around and make up. I just can't see, but you never do that to the things around you will I see. And what I want to do is we ought to stay together, loving you whether times are good or bad, be your sad, good or bad, be your sad, good or bad, be your sad, let's stay together. If y'all know the words, y'all can help me sing along this one too. Yeah. Used to spend my nights out in the ballroom. Think it was the only club I know. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom and brought me back from being too far gone. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. And honey, I stay strong on your love all the time. I look for love in all the same old places. Found the bottom of the bottle always
Sounding good, baby. Do it now. Have fun up there, brother.
I didn't waste it. 'Cause there's nothing like your love to get me out. You're as smooth as Tennessee would say. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of birthday. And honey, I stay strong on your love all the time.
Special guest coming up. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Who is he? Or she? Oh, listen, DJ Hales Costello. Thank you so much, y'all. Mr. Clive Williams, where are you? I got a little echo in the mic. Can you? Oh, thank you, sir. That was for the singing. I got you. I was gonna sing to you guys, but I don't think you're quite ready for my level of my style of singing. My surprise guest? Okay. All right, so it's a him? Who is it? It's a surprise guest. Okay, he said there's a surprise guest in the house. Is it Smokey Robinson? I don't know. I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring up Mr. Clive Williams again because we have a special presentation to make, and then we open up the dance floor because I want to make sure you guys dance and enjoy the rest of the evening with DJ Hales Costello, who's gotten a lot more tunes to play. So, Mr. Williams, please, I know you have a special presentation to make. And as he goes through his phone, he's got you got your glasses on. Can you see? All right, gotta make sure. You sure? Can you hear? Listen, I can tease him. He's my dad. We were just talking about schools. We were talking about UJA. Everybody remembers UJA? All right, so we're talking about UJA, and I happen to go to one of the most amazing schools in Jamaica. Can anybody guess, if I say the most amazing school in Jamaica, and I say purple and white, can anybody guess what school that is? KC. Now KC is the best school in Jamaica. Yeah, all right. I don't care what y'all say. I'm telling you it's the best school. If you don't want to boo, they can boo. But me can tell you, say KC are the best school. So anyway, my father, in his wisdom, sent me to KC, right? Even though he went to Calabar, which he claims is the better school, right? So now tell me this. I just want y'all to just, before we bring up Uja, because this is all ties in. If Calabar is supposed to be a better school than KC, why did he send me to KC? Because he knows KC is the best school. Calabar is better. Listen, man, listen.
Folks, the real story, the backstory is this. I did not like the current headmaster at Calabar. He was a waste of time. He was dragging the school down, and I decided the best option after Calabar was KC. So he went to Kingston College. And the funny thing is, you know, most of my friends went to Kingston College. That's the odd thing. So he fitted right in.
You hear what she said, friends, right? You know, there's a song that goes, friends are friends forever. So you chose your friends from KC over Calabar. That says, KC, fortis cadere sedere non potest, the brave may fall but never yield. We are the best school. Anyway, UJA President, Mr. Donovan Wilson, please step to the stage. Put your hands together for UJA President, Mr. Donovan Wilson.
And I'll allow Don the pleasure of introducing the other representatives at UJA today, because he's the president now, and this is his time. Sir, welcome to this event. As you see, the people who have attended this inaugural Strength of a Woman event, and I say inaugural because I've had at least 5 people say to me, you've got to do this regularly, you got to do this again, which means that next year, Mother's Day, it will going to happen again. And we hope this is going to be the venue. We're going to fill it out a little bit more. So, the proceeds, some of the proceeds from this event, we are going to be handing over to UJA. So ladies and gentlemen, the reason, and I want you to listen carefully, that we're doing this because WhereitzAt believes in the education of our children. And we support what UJA is doing. I'll allow Don to tell you briefly what UJA is doing, what their goals and objectives are, and we need your support.
Thank you very much, Clive. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. You know, as I heard the KC Calabar debate, I threw out whatever I was gonna say because I think I have to weigh right into the middle of it. Many of you know the Union of Jamaican Alumni Association. You call it UJA, and that's okay. It stands for the Union of Jamaican Alumni Associations. Now, I'm not going to talk about KC or Calabar. I am going to tell you, however, that earlier Clive spoke about the lady who was one of the first awardees.
Yes.
And she went to St. Jago High School. And I hear the St. Jago contingent back there. And I'm sure Miss Claudette Powell from the Nurses Association will have something to say about St. Hugh's High School.
That's right.
And, you know, I always wonder how comes most Jamaicans claim that they're from Kingston. We live in a country with 2.8 million people, and about 2 million of them claim that they're from Kingston. Well, I'm from the country. I'm from St. Elizabeth. Let me see the hands of all the country people inside here. You know, it was about a year ago that UJA awarded some very outstanding Jamaicans for the work that they're doing. And I'm sure Dr. Sandra Lindsay, who was one of our awardees, will be happy to tell you that she went to Glenmuir High School. And I think you can see where I'm going with this, right? And Clive talked about UJA folks. Many of you in this room I am sure knows Miss Carleen Larky. Carleen, stand up for me. Carleen is actually one of the past presidents of UJA. And for all the ladies who like to be prim and proper, I make no bones in saying that Carleen went to Immaculate High School. Marymount High School? Yes, I see the hands. And you know, Excelsior High School?
Wow.
And you know, UJA believes in service. One of the ladies who was helping out with your food is actually the president of Meadowbrook High School. Miss Nadine Moulton, thank you very much for all that you did. So what is UJA up to these days? In about a month from now, we'll be having a high school graduate awards. You know, we hear about all the brilliant kids who are of Jamaican parentage, and we've never taken the time to recognize them. Or I should say, you have never taken the time to recognize them, because for 33 years, UJA has been giving out high school graduate awards to outstanding high school students. Applications are available. If you go to our website, www.ujausa.org, and if you have someone who is a high school student, a high school senior, they can apply for one of those awards. The award values can range anywhere from $1,000 to $2,500, and I'm not talking Jamaican dollars. But more importantly, there's an essay competition where they get to write about a topic that is pertinent to Jamaica. And the winner of that contest, along with their chaperone, which in most cases is a parent, gets to go down to Jamaica and learn a little bit firsthand about our culture. So if you have a high school student, make sure that they apply. I would be remiss if I didn't say this. Every year we look at the applicants, and I'm wondering to myself, where are the boys? Where are the young men? Because it seems as if the young ladies who are applying outnumber the young men by 5 to 1, 6 to 1.
Wow.
The young men are just not applying for these things. Free money. I will tell you that these kids are brilliant. Sometimes I see the SAT scores, and I wonder, do you parents know how good your students are? I will tell you that if you have an SAT score that's under 1,000, you're not even in the top 15. Think about that for a minute. We've got some extremely brilliant Jamaican kids. Is there anyone in this room who noticed that last year, Jamaica actually had a robotics team that was the silver medalist in the robotics competition? Well, I will tell you something. That Jamaica robotics team could actually have been called the UJA robotics team because it was supported 100% by UJA. We did not get a dime from the government where that robotics team was concerned. Our students, of course, before I get killed, there was at least one person from Immaculate on the team. So I must say that. But you know, the last thing I want to tell you, let's just take our minds back for a minute to Mother's Day. Gentlemen, this is for you. I was telling a couple of young ladies earlier, when Mother's Day is coming and you talk to your mom and you say, Mom, what do you want for Mother's Day? And she goes, oh, I don't really want anything. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't let Mother's Day come and you show up empty-handed. When mothers say they don't want anything, they want something. So if there's anyone in here who has fallen for that, Mr. Cameraman, I see you looking at me. I hope that every one of the gentlemen in here has got mom something already. You know, I'll go out on a limb and say more than a half of the persons in this room are Jamaicans, correct?
Yeah.
Am I right? More than a half, right? Yeah. And if you're Jamaican, you grew up at a time when your parents, and I heard Chris talk about being sent to the wrong school.
Right school. Casey.
But I think many of us here will agree that when we were growing up, the way our parents treated us in today's world, it would probably pass for child abuse. But we turned out well, didn't we? We turned out pretty well, and in fact, you probably look at the way kids are these days, and you're saying to yourselves, they need a little bit of that Jamaican discipline. You know, Clive, when we met for the first time, apart from knowing that there was a paper called WhereitzAt and your name was associated with it, I didn't know anything at all about what you do. Today, just seeing the folks in this room, I am honored to be a part of this group. And it is my hope that next year and the year after, you will all show up and you will bring a friend. You will, as they say, tell a friend to tell a friend, and let us all be here. And it helps that Clive has said, and we didn't ask, we did not ask, he has said that part of the proceeds of this evening's proceedings will go towards UJA to help us to continue the work that we're doing. And so, Clive, thank you very much, and thank you everyone who showed up and who has taken the time to listen to me today. Thank you.
Sir, don't move. On behalf, thank you so very much for those very wise words. And so on behalf of WhereitzAt, the team at WhereitzAt, we have not yet counted our money, but we are confident that this contribution will be covered, and we trust that we will be able to, every year, hopefully more often than every year, contribute to what UJA is doing.
Thank you. Let's just...
All right, stay right here.
Gotta let the photographers do their thing. Mr. DJ, I heard the people want to dance. Do you have something else for me, Mr. Williams? Oh, Miss June O'Connor, that's right. But we can't go. We're gonna dance, but we can't do that before Miss June O'Connor of the Garvey School just says a few words to you, because it's very important that we keep the Garvey School going.
Do you have any extra change in your pockets? You walk around with that extra check that you think you might use in a situation where there's exigency, you need, please, go into your pockets. And this is how serious this is. I want you to go into your pockets. All I'm asking for is each of you, $10. If you can't make $10, make $5. Please, what I'm going to do, I'm even going to put you on the spot. I'm going to ask Annette to get a hat, a cap, whatever it is, folks, and just put something in it for the Garvey School. I have a lady here, June O'Connor, and I have no shame in asking for your contribution. This is for the education of our children. Do you understand? Yes. I have 2 boys in school, grandsons. I understand how difficult it is. Can you understand how difficult it must be for people who don't have the means that we have? Can you imagine how difficult it must be after COVID, during and after COVID, how difficult it is for schools? And by the way, I'll let June tell you, the one-of-a-kind school the Garvey School is. She'll do it briefly and succinctly. But I promise you, after you hear June speak, you are going to not want to give $10 or $5. You're going to want to give way more. June O'Connor.
Thank you very much. I would like you to give a meaningful round of applause to Dr. Williams. I really would like it to be louder than that, more meaningful than that, because he's someone who really cares about the community. And when you don't mind me moving out here, because I do like to see the faces and to tell you the story very briefly. I don't know how many of you know that within the school system, whether public or the charter school system or even the elite private schools, that most of the children in the gifted and talented program are not our children. And in the special education program, most of the children there are our program. So when I came here some years ago as an immigrant and wanted my child to be in one of these schools, and I realized that she had to be high performing and well-rounded to get into one of the independent schools, and that was not an easy thing to do if you're not connected and if you don't know the system. And so some of my other Jamaican friends who've been here a while pulled me to the side. They said, oh, no, this is how you get in. You do the ABC program, A Better Chance, you do the Oliver program, and you do the Prep for Prep program. And I looked at those programs, and I said, are you all out of your minds? Why would I want my child to jump through these additional hoops? She's already a woman, she's already a child of an immigrant, she's already black. So there are embedded obstructions within the system. I want her to enjoy childhood, because with those programs, 18 months of preparation, and there are probably 12 or 13 steps, and if you get to the 12th step and you don't score, then you're out of the program. I think that's awful and miserable. So I took my bold self up to one of these schools in Westchester, and I asked for a meeting. And I said, what do you need for my black child to be in this school? And so they, of course, told me, the way they presented it to me, was not about race. It was about the fact that majority of the children, black and Latino children who come in, were not prepared for the rigor of what those schools offer. And so they ended up doing a lot of remediation. For example, library skills they didn't have, some of the resources they didn't have, some of the exposure they didn't have. And so they would have to spend a significant amount of their budget preparing them to actually be able to handle the work. So that's not how they wanted to spend their budget. That has changed over time. But for me, the dilemma was even more than that. I wanted my daughter to be in a community of her kind. So I didn't want her to be the only poor black child in a sea of well-off white children. So how can we do that? I started the school in my home with her. And so soon after, I had 70 kids in my living room. And it couldn't be homeschooling anymore. So I had to find out, how do you actually do a school? And I didn't want it to be a sort of school. I wanted it to be grounded in the philosophy of somebody like Garvey, who said, look, I don't want the kinks out of our hair, I want it out of our brains. And I want us to be entrepreneurial in spirit, godly in heart, well-read, and confident in who we are in our skin. And that is what the Garvey School is all about. It's named after Marcus Messiah Garvey, who has been marginalized and castigated as someone who is dishonorable. And I want to tell you, when they told my daughter that at this exclusive high school, I asked her, I said, who wrote that story? Because whoever writes your story tells the story. So in order for us to have our story told, our children have to know their story. They need to know their history. And if they don't know their history, then they can't write the story. We have to change that. And I'm telling you, Dr. Williams, what you're doing here is beyond remarkable. Just having people come in, and instead of a bunch of Jamaicans gathering and eating and laughing and then leaving, but informing and educating. But it has to begin also in the schools. It cannot be a one-off. It needs to be embedded in the communities. And so when you give today, you're not just giving, oh my God, this poor school. No. Not this poor school. It's an awareness. You are acknowledging your awareness that in order for our children to succeed well in this system, we have to educate them. So when my daughter was about to begin kindergarten, and the beginning point of history is about Columbus discovering, I said, yeah. I have a problem with that. Yeah. Such a problem with that I wouldn't let her enter those schools, because I don't want them to tamper with her mind. Right. I want to be the one first to introduce her to her ancestry, to who she is as a person. And so we cannot afford to have our oppressors who have built the schools, written the textbooks, and then we expect them to teach our children our history. It's illogical. So I don't understand how we say, oh, the public school is doing this and that. I want to explain to you, the public school was not built for blacks. It was built for poor, white Europeans coming in. The only system that was really built for blacks is slavery. So none of these systems that we whine and complain about so much, it wasn't meant for us. So it also wasn't meant for a certain class, right? A group of Jews. So what did they do? They started their own schools. So the Fieldston School was started by Adler. The Rye School up in Rye was started by some ministers' wives in the church basement. So those schools have a history of like over 100 years old. Garvey School has a history of 15 years. But we need to build it back because that's our school. That's our school. So you give today, not out of pity, but out of an acknowledgement that we are the ones who should educate our children. It's our story, and if we hand over our story to other people, they will tell it how they want to tell it. We're the ones who know our story. At least we should. I know my story. So no one can tell me or distort or marginalize. And if you look at the history books, a lot of our history is mentioned as something special. It's sort of out of the frame of the main history course. And you see what's happening now in Florida, because some people became aware. This guy said, oh, no, they're too aware now. You cannot teach that in the history classes because they now feel, and it's not just him, there's a whole group of people who feel, oh, they're now too knowledgeable about their history, and so we have to exclude that. And so one of the things I always do when I get in front of a crowd, a group, community, is a call and response from Marcus Garvey. He said, up you mighty race, you can accomplish what you will. That mighty race is us. So when I say it, I'm going to say it, up you mighty race, you can accomplish what you will. And then you will say so mightily, Dr. Williams, the roof is going to go off a little bit because you're going to say with such passion and such confidence and such belief. So here we go. Up you mighty race. Now, don't say it yet, just listen. Up you mighty race. You can accomplish what you will. Now I'm going to say it 2 more times. Up you mighty race. You can accomplish what you will. Okay. Up you mighty race. You can accomplish what you will. Now, I am going to say it 1 more time, and you in response, and I need a response. I like to hear a response. You know, I don't want you to be, you know, this very proper Jamaican right now. Up you mighty race. No, I don't want that. Let's go. Up you mighty race. You can accomplish what you will. Now you're going to say the whole thing. Up you mighty race. You can accomplish what you will. One last time. Some people are still looking. I want to see the mouth open, and I want you to project.
Come on, folks. Let's
Come on.
do it.
Let's go. Up you mighty race. You can accomplish what you will. We are the mighty race. Thank you so much.
Folks, June and I are working in concert right now to make sure that the management team, management group that manages the lease of that school up there does not kick out the Garvey School in July.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, June is looking at a Catholic school. As you know, Catholic schools have lost money. They're no longer vital institutions in our community. So she has looked at a Catholic school that is now out of business, and her ambition and her drive tells her that that's a facility that she should have. Now, what we are working in concert with, and I'm working in concert with the Consul General of Jamaica's office, I'm working in concert with a congresswoman in Brooklyn. I just spoke to Natasha, who is in the city council, and I'm going to be reaching out to a lot more people to make sure that this lease stays in place so that we can find a new location for over 100 children Can you imagine the devastation? Now, this lady has a grant of over $2.5 million, but it is site-specific. Okay, site-specific means that you can't move out of the district. We've got to find a place in that district, and I need your help. It's time we stop talking about the problem and do something about the problem. That's what we're about. Yes, ma'am.
You can find me from the bag. Call me. I'd like to pledge a donation of $5,000. Oh my
God. We just got a pledge here, ma'am, from my old friend. This is my old friend, you know. We go back a long time. I knew Kalila from she was a baby, right? And thank you so very much. That is what we're talking about.
Thank you.
You know, we just, you guys have no idea.
He's so amazing. So amazing. And his heart is in our community. And I'm truly grateful that he's a part of the team that's helping to make a difference for the school.
We just collected some funds here.
Thank you.
This is yours.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh
my gosh, you guys are amazing.
You guys are amazing. You guys are truly amazing. Thank you.
Chris has such a legacy to continue, as his dad is amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, if you've come to events that we've put together as a family, the only person that's missing here is my mom and little Jonathan. You know, Stone is right here. You know, he's the security in his black. I mean, down to the sneakers are black. Yeah, so, you know, this is what my family has done, and I've seen them do in the community for as long as I can remember. So, again, we do this for our mothers, we do this for all you amazing women in the community, but overall, we do this for the community, all right? Because we need you, we need each other. And we have to continue that support. So I want you to continue to enjoy the evening. I know DJ Hales Costello has some music to give you guys so you can keep dancing. Yeah, players, you know, whatever you want to do. Get them dancing, get them on the floor, you know? All right? So y'all can dance a little bit more.
Everybody clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. All right, now, we're gonna do the basic step. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, let's stomp. Left foot, let's stomp. Cha-cha, real smooth. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, let's stomp. Left foot, let's stomp. Cha-cha now, y'all. Now it's time to get funky. To the right now. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. One hop this time. Right foot, 2 stumps. Left foot, 2 stumps. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Crisscross. Cha-cha real smooth. Let's go to work. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 2 hops this time. 2 hops this time. Right foot, 2 stumps. Left foot, 2 stumps. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Get funky with it. Oh, yeah. Come on. Cha-cha now, y'all. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 5 hops this time. Right foot, let's stomp. Left foot, let's stomp. Right foot again. Left foot again. Right foot, let's stomp. Left foot, let's stomp. Freeze! Everybody clap your hands. Come on, y'all. Check it out, y'all. How low can you go? Can you go down low? All the way to the floor? How low can you go? Can you bring it to the top? Like it never stop? Can you bring it to the top? One hop. Right foot down. Left foot down, y'all.
Williams.